Storm is happening, and Rogue against Afterthought. And to lead off the commentary in this wonderful best of 5 is none other than Gibbs as I mess with the scoreboard.
All right, well, we have Ghost coming in. They make a move, even after saying that they're probably not going to make any moves, but like I think a lot of people thought Zainjaki might be on the outs. And we see Arsenal coming in, a late addition, but right there, a bad touch from Ghost, and Tcorell makes them pay with a wide open net. Just want to see who this was. I think it was Lethamyr, yes. He's got to worry about plays like that. He is trying to double commit, very similar to play that we saw a lot from Fairy Peak last season. Trying to do a little bit too much. Memory had an easy clear. And Lethamyr maybe still working out the kinks with his teammates, but he's been playing with Memory for a whole season. He should know that's Memory's ball. And an early lead for Revelation. Let's see how far they can ride this bracket. They're looking good.
Yeah, again, it's exactly what they want. The early goals. They want to take people off guard too. So play, score a lot, score fast, and take them out. I think that's what Revelation is trying to do here. Up 1-0 against Ghost. And, you know, Ghost, we saw Lethamyr was watching the stream. He was hanging out and watching these guys play just before. So we'll have to see how they approach this match. But for now, Revelation, they just want to keep that momentum going from that win over Splice. As we see Lethamyr on the other side trying to make a double touch happen, trying to pass it back to Arsenal, but no one there. Memory trying to keep it on the blue side. Ghost trying to keep up this pressure. But if we learned anything from the Splice matchup, Ghost, the sooner they can get a lead and add on to the lead, the better, because this Revelation squad, they're good, and they're going to come at you.
Yeah, we didn't really see any lead changes, I feel like, last series with Splice and Revelation. Like, Revelation held on to their leads. Same with Splice, so we'll see if that changes here.
And honestly, some lower scoring matches too. And that happens sometimes when matches are pretty serious. Maybe both teams are playing a little bit more defensive and safe. So we'll have to see if we see any explosion of goals or any of the sorts. Also, I'll try to keep people updated on scores of other matches. There's currently 4 matches happening right now in the round of 8, and this is one of them. Next up, we'll have the round of 4 in the upper bracket. Probably the winner of this against the winner of G2 and the Peeps, but stay tuned to that.
We should try, like, if we can, grab Rogue and Perfect Storm, because that would be a juicy rivalry.
Okay.
If possible.
We can do that too.
Like, they've been playing a while, so we might have to hold them up a little bit, but I think that would be a good one to see. Tcorell here. He puts another one home, another wide open net from Ghost. And Arsenal just kind of awkward on the back wall, and then Lethamyr, honestly, he doesn't miss those. He never misses those. That was just a complete whiff. I think he got a little bit crossed up because of Arsenal. But still, that's an easy ball for Lethamyr. He will touch that 1,000 times out of 1,001. Like, honestly, but we see with Revelation, maybe not doing a whole lot yet, but when there's a mistake that happens, they punish. And that's all they need to do right now with this brand new roster of Ghosts.
Hey, and it's working out so far. Up 2-0 through halftime, and as you mentioned, you know, just keep it going, keep it up, and there's something about these weekends too where you really want to get into a groove. You're trying to, you know, it's one day. It all comes down to one day. Maybe a lot of pressure. You're trying to, you know, for me, I have to practice a little bit before I jump into rank. There's an element of trying to get into the groove, and I feel like Revelation is getting really close to finding that groove, as they showed in the last series. So if they can keep it up, some good things can happen for them. Really fun to see, and applying some pressure there. Ghost trying to bring it the other way. Lethamyr sending it to the middle. Memory trying to angle it towards the goal, but Tcorell is there on defense. The defense has been so solid from Revelation, even through the last series. Some crazy saves on the goal line constantly against Splice. So we'll see if they can keep that up.
But that's the important thing. They're all on the goal line. They're not really trying to defend their back wall all that much. And we'll see if Lethamyr noticed that last series and see if Ghost can punish. It seems like Ghost is just waking up again because they had to wait a little while for this match. So maybe they need this first game, get a little bit warmed up again, and we'll see going into game number 2. But for now, we see Revelation just pedal to the metal, just keep this lead up, don't make any mistakes, and take this first game.
About 70 seconds left in this game number 1 of this best of 5. Revelation up 2-0. It's a great pass to the middle, and Tcorell gonna say thank you very much, I'll take that. Lethamyr trying to clear it, not the best touch. Alpha in a great spot and got a second touch there to pass it to the middle, just completely behind the defense from Ghost. So that's a 3-0 lead from Revelation. I feel like there's a team that's been practicing, and it might be this one.
Yeah, that was an extremely hard clear for Lethamyr because he was so close to the ceiling that he didn't have much room to work with. He couldn't really get it clear without hitting the ceiling. And then Alpha got a little bit lucky where that ball came right back to him for a pass down, but he made the most of it. And Revelation, again, just they're forcing pressure now, which is a little different than earlier where they were just kind of capitalizing on those mistakes. They actually held the ball like in the other half for a while and made something happen where they earned that goal more than a mistake from Ghost.
Playing good Rocket League at a really good time. Again, this is a best of 5, so Ghost has some room to work with, but if Revelation can hang on to what they're doing, again, they're going to be happy. Campers, there's a play. Lethamyr knocking it to himself. When you do this, it feels good. Memory tapped it? No, that's a solo play.
Just, it's just 50-50 off the side.
Yeah, Lethamyr knocking it off the side and then following up his self-pass and slamming it in. That's a good play, but 17 seconds left. Might be a little bit too late. Hey, that could be good to hold on to, though, going into the next game. But how about Revelation?
Looking good, and just got to ride that momentum. Like, don't get too excited. Like, when you beat Splice in 5, one of the most important things, like, when you're that underdog team, is don't get too pumped up about it, because you still have to win 4 more series. So hopefully they kept those emotions in check, and it looks like they have, and they're just going to keep building on that momentum. And we see here just a ton of shots. We got 10 shots to 6. They controlled the game flow, like after going up early, 2-0, and they're looking strong. For Ghost, they cannot let Revelation get this early lead because they're holding fort really, really well when they get this early lead. So we'll see if Ghost can kind of figure it out, can kind of get a little bit more warmed up, and just don't do those early mistakes and put yourself in that hole.
Yeah, and at the same time, I think Revelation, they're going to go right for the throat again, I think is what they want to do. Get a goal early. Try to keep that pressure going and make Ghost a little scared. I think that's what Revelation is probably looking to do. See what happens. Game number 2 of this best of 5. This is the round of 8 of the upper bracket. The North America Open Qualifier to WSOE4. Only 2 teams can advance. The team who wins the upper bracket final and the team who wins the lower bracket final will be advancing to WSOE4. Those will be best of 7s. And again, we're in the round of 8 of the upper bracket right now. The winner of this matchup between Revelation and Ghost plays the winner of G2 and Peeps. To give an update, Nefarious.
Oh, taking down Perfect Storm.
Nefarious defeated Perfect Storm 3-2, and Afterthought defeated Rogue. Rogue is to the lower bracket.
Yeah.
Rogue is to the lower bracket. My goodness. What is this, March Madness or something? What's going on here?
That's the 18 seed versus the 11 seed to see who goes to the upper final.
Yep.
One of those 2 will be in the upper final. That's insane.
I love it. Who's been working? Who's been working? You know, and I don't mean Torment. I see Torment in the chat. You know, winning your championships, whatever. But who's been at home seeing Torment on the stage? Who's been at home grinding and practicing? And
I gotta say, Tcorell has been. Look at this give and go. He just taps it so gently to Alpha and then just right back to him and the upper 90 shot. Revelation taking another early lead. Can they hold up?
Yeah, I mean, just got to keep it up. There's no indication that they can't right now. Playing some really good Rocket League. Don't you love it?
Man, imagine if we get like Nefarious and Afterthought as our 2 teams after today. That
could happen, man. It could happen. Welcome to Vegas. Welcome to 2019.
Welcome to, like, probably their first lands.
Nobody is safe in Rocket League. Nobody.
Yep.
I'm going to have to go commentate.
Good pass. Oh, it still goes
more qualifiers because Gibbs, you're going to start hosting RLCS. That's how crazy things are right now.
This is a great pass from Alpha, just on the counterattack while we see Arsenal trying to get back on defense. And it was actually a very poor shot from ZPS, but just enough around Arsenal to, like, eventually find the back of the net. 2-0 now for Revelation, trying to go up 2-0 in the series versus Ghost.
I would say that would be crazy, but based on the results we're seeing, lots of different teams showing up here to play, and this is a very good barometer of where these teams are at. We haven't seen, when was the last time we saw like a really high-level Rocket League?
These counterattacks.
It's been a little
Look
bit.
At this from Revelation. Look at it. Right here, we see ZBS just coming off the back wall. And normally you're like, all right, let's just clear the ball out. He puts that right on the money to Alpha, and all Alpha has to do is tap that forward, and no one is back for Ghost. 3-0, 3 minutes left. Revelation wants this.
Playing awesome. That's you know, and there's another one. That's 4 quick goals. Honestly, we're only 2 minutes down. We're only 2 minutes down in this game.
Who was on defense here? Was it Memory? I think he just crept forward. Wasn't expecting that. That's not good. And also we have to talk about that Arsenal is not necessarily Ghost's third. Like this is probably still a tryout process. That's a lot of pressure on you for Arsenal to have to play at the highest level, because you want to be on an RLCS team. Like, that's guaranteed probably at least what? I think last season was like 27K for a team that's in the RLCS, and that doesn't include prize money.
It's huge.
So it's a lot of money.
And we don't even know what 2019 is going to bring. And as far as invites to tournaments and stuff too, it just scales dramatically. Yeah. As Arsenal able to get at least 1 goal on the board here for Ghost.
Yeah, that was Tcorell trying to waste as much time as he could. He was trying to roll it up the wall, but it kind of just bounced out and gave an angle to Arsenal. Trying to waste as much time as possible for his teammates to get back, but just barely missed out on that play. Like, it was a very tough play, and they kind of got caught off guard, but they can't give away easy ones like that. They should always have someone back at this point. Yeah. Again, like, this is when your play styles change. You're up 3 or 4-0. Play it safe. Don't let them score.
And to go back to your point as well regarding rosters, you know, the RLCS roster locks have not happened, right? So there's still room for any of these teams that we see this weekend to make a change or two or whatever, since we're still so early in January. And we don't necessarily know when the RLCS roster lock is going to be, but typically these teams structure what they're doing around that. So, absolutely, still some tryouts happening. A lot of these players trying to figure out what team they want to be on for the entirety of 2019. Just a nice little primer here to see where these teams are at and what they're kind of thinking. But for now, man, I'm a huge fan of Revelation. They're playing some good Rocket League, a 3-2 victory over Splice, and now they're about to go up 2-0. They're up 4-1 with 90 seconds to go here in game number 2.
Yeah, it's been a great job by them just on the counterattacks. Not a ton more shots. Right here we see a go in from Lethamyr, and Ghost is not out of this game. They're slowly creeping up, but right here again, we see Memory easily beat out 2 players. There is no need to be that aggressive on that play. And then the third, it was just an awkward bounce off the corner. You couldn't really read it, and they get another goal for Ghost. But like, we just see counterattack plays from Revelation throughout this game. So that's why I would like to see him more in defense, because those counterattack plays are going to happen even more when Ghost is trying to be super aggressive, because they're down by 4, which is now only down by 2. But it looks like they were trying to keep the ball on the other side of the half, which I understand, but it hasn't been working for Revelation, and they got to figure this out quick and make sure they end this game convincingly so they can go into game number 3 and be ready and try and get that sweep.
Got to be feeling good. How can you not? Up 1-0, potentially 2-0 in this best of 5 at this point in the tournament, but you can't necessarily think about it too much. You got to feel good and then channel it towards your play or something. But yeah, it's a great point. They got to hold on to it. And Ghost doing everything they can to disrupt with what Revelation has been able to come up with. Ghost would love another goal here. They want to get some pressure going. They want to get some momentum going into the next game.
Yeah, those plays there where Alpha tries to pre-jump that wall bounce, and then like ZPS is up a little too far. Just plays I don't want to see out of Revelation when they're up 2 with 30 seconds left. But once again, Ghost did not score in that play. There wasn't really a chance on, but there could have been. So just have to iron those out. And right here, we see a good 50-50 from Alpha, and that's what they should do. Just have one guy near the ball, like, and the other 2 kind of hold them back. And at this point, it really doesn't matter. There's only 3 seconds left, and Revelation is going to be on match point. They will have 3 tries at this, while Ghost has to win all 3 games to remain in the upper bracket.
By the way, getting some info from Cloud Fuel in the chat. G2 and the Peeps is the last round of 8 match that is currently happening. They are tied 2-2 in game 5.
Man, oh man.
So,
can we see another upset?
Look out. Look out.
Imagine that, because like the Peeps right now too is a brand new roster. Like,
they're good.
3 players like that were not on the Peeps. Like, one of them was obviously with Gyro, but it's Illusion and Prime Thunder, who got kicked off a Rogue for Kronovi, while Rogue is now down in the lower bracket, and the Peeps could take out Kronovi's old team of G2. But the Peeps is definitely one of those teams that I could see making a run here. So if they can take down G2, and with the rest of this bracket, how it's playing out, like imagine if the Peeps, Revelation both win, we are guaranteed one of those 4 teams with Nefarious and Afterthought will be at Vegas. One of those teams will be there. So that is a huge game there.
Absolutely. I see you guys in the chat. Someone's like, imagine if every RLCS team goes to the lower bracket. Hey, it can happen. Anything can happen.
And imagine like how Cloud9 and Energy are feeling. Thankfully, there was 2 invites because it's been a bloodbath today. So they're sitting pretty.
No one is safe in any open bracket qualifier. Everyone is lucky that I decided not to play.
Oh, of course, of course.
To be clear. But yeah, I mean, again, massive double elimination brackets. You never know who you're going to really match up against. Long days. You might not be feeling great in the morning. You know, maybe an earlier start than what you're used to. This started at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So there's a lot of obstacles, a lot of barriers. And we're seeing a lot of RLCS teams struggle to make it through. So anyone's game here. I love it. So right here, I mean, it's Revelation's game because they're up 2-0, but we'll see.
But, like, Revelation there got a little panicky. Like, they had no boost, but they had the ball, but they kept trying to go for these flicks that didn't really work. And Ghost was being very patient, and they got a couple scoring chances out of it, but they couldn't, like, put it past that brick wall that we've seen from Revelation where, like, all 3 will sit on the goal line happily. And they'll just be like, go ahead and shoot at us and see if you can get it by all. And most teams haven't so far. Like, Splice really couldn't, and Ghost hasn't either. Nice bump there from Alpha.
By the way, I think I also saw some intel that Rogue was actually reverse swept as well.
Oh, wow.
And also, we got to think, what match do we want next, by the way? Nefarious versus Afterthought, or...
Unless they're already starting, it's up. Like, we can stay on this side, because I assume people want to see G2 if they win, or the Peeps, honestly. I think both those teams are very interesting. But on the other side, we'll see one of Nefarious and Afterthought.
Yeah, I think we let them go.
Yeah.
And we'll take the winner of this one, yeah.
That would work, that would work.
All right.
Like, this is exciting, and honestly, we have a whole nother day of this, too. Europe. We're going to do Europe as well. 2 teams tomorrow. I'm not sure what time that starts, Axel. It starts relatively early, right?
Pretty much same time. It starts early. I'll probably boot up the stream around 9 a.m. same time, and then, yeah. All day.
Oh, good day from Tcorell there. It was kind of a double commit, but once again, there's no back wall defense at all from Revelation, and they don't care. They're just sending 2 or 3 on the goal line, just say, try and shoot it by us, and the teams keep shooting it. Throw it off the back wall. Have a better scoring chance. But for right now, Ghost is mostly just shooting some low shots, and Revelation making the big saves.
Yeah, and this first goal is so important. The first goal, who's going to get it? We've been watching this Revelation team. They've gotten the first goal a few times, and it's turned out really well for them. So I think both these teams understand just how important this first goal is. We see Ghost applying a lot of pressure on this blue side, and I like to see this, but I would also like to see them play really safe while they do this. Like, have someone in the midfield kind of making sure everything's in control, but keep the pressure on, keep the ball in the blue half. There's no other option for Ghost right now because they're down 0-2. They have to get this first goal. I almost think they have to.
It's so scary right now. Like, Ghost is doing a great job just keeping ball possession, but one play. That's all blue side or Revelation need right now. Because that's what they were doing last game, just counterattacks, just waiting for their opportunity. Like, this one could be an opportunity, but Lethamyr, he gets a big clear that was needed. Memory with the shot as well, but once again, just easy saves for Revelation. A lot of low shots coming out.
Only one win required here for Revelation to move on to the next round of the bracket. Ghost doing everything they can to stay in their way with about 75 seconds, I should say, left in this game. We're tied 0-0. So Revelation absolutely adore a goal here to try to get them to the next round. But Ghost, it's up to them, and that was a little weird. We had two players on defense just chilling in the goal, really. It looks like...
What you got to do, though. Yeah, throw it high. Throw it high and make them make that mistake. That was a good play by Arsenal. He slowed it down. He got that dribble flick, and it was just in an awkward spot for Tcorell. And then ZPS, he thought that Tcorell was going to at least put it like back into the corner, but he didn't. And they got awkward from there. And Ghost finally gets that goal that they've been trying for this entire game. They've had the pressure right here. We see a double commit, but ZPS gets back. And now you see Revelation lay on the back foot for the first time in this series, and they have to score quickly. They only got 45 seconds left.
Little defensive fake there from memory. I like defensive fakes. Oh, what a shot! What a play! We've been seeing this from Revelation. Tcorell to the middle, to himself, flips it over to ZPS. He's going to pass it on over to Alpha. What are these team plays that we're seeing?
That first pass, it made Lethamyr just turn around and is like, I really hope that this first person shoots. Nope. There was another pass, and then the shot comes out, and Lethamyr couldn't do anything about it.
What a play. Yeah, that's awesome. That's what you look for in ranks, but it's hard to find sometimes when you're solo queuing.
Like, and to top it off, that first pass was a doink, so they even get some style points there. So well done from Revelation, and now they're just one goal away. Like, it's not even one game away. They're one goal away from this.
It's a great point, and look at this pressure. Like, Tcorell just laying it out in the middle there, but Revelation unable to finish it off. Ghost just trying to send this to the next game, finish it right now, but Revelation coming across the other side, and this might go to overtime. Lethamyr with potentially an opportunity, sending it to the middle. Oh, and what a block in the goal line by Tcorell, saying, hey, this is going overtime, buddies. Get ready.
Tcorell just prayed. That's all he did there. He just jumped off the wall and just hoped. And Arsenal luckily hit it into him, because Arsenal had that net. Oh, man.
And look at
now
this.
The power through. Oh, that almost works, but we still see Revelation. They have the ball. They get the pass to the middle, but I think no one really has boost there from Alpha, so he couldn't really go for that play.
Could be good. Oh, Ghost trying to put together a passing play for themselves, but just barely a miss in the middle. And, man, Revelation, they're playing so well, looking for those passing plays and executing. Just so impressively. But now Ghost on the other side. Memory trying to get a shot off, but a little bit high and to the right. Revelation going to turn this around. Ghost on defense again. Lethamyr with no boost, only 9 to his name. ZPS sending it to the middle, trying to sneak it in. What an opportunity. Alpha swooping in a little bit too late. It might have sent it a little bit too far. Memory trying to turn that into a clear, but Tcorell is there. Arsenal now trying to clear the ball, but that's not going to happen either.
Bumps in net.
Revelation keeping up this pressure, just looking for one goal to advance on to the next round. Again, if Ghost loses here, Ghost will fall to the lower bracket. And we've already seen so many upsets.
And I believe they would have to win 6 in a row then versus all those other teams that got upset as well. They'll have to play pretty much all of them to make it to Vegas.
That's the real piece of the puzzle here. All these amazing teams that are now in the lower bracket.
It'll be every RLCS team, but G2, they did win game number 5. They are still alive in the upper bracket.
G2 will play the winner of this match, and we will get into that match next. So the winner of this plays against G2. And Revelation trying to make that happen right now. Up 2-0 in the series. They only need one goal here. There's a pass in the middle. Tcorell to Alpha. And what a save. Memory on the defense. Zombie trying to finish that off. Tcorell trying to finish that off as well. The ball staying dangerously on the other side. But on the other side, no. All it takes is a little counter. All that pressure we were seeing from Revelation. They were trying to finish it. But Lethamyr's like, but you got to keep someone back.
Yeah, ZPS crept up just a little bit too far. Memory with that incredible save off the crossbar. Very similar to what we saw throughout the RLCS season, where Memory was keeping Ghost in games with great defense. And that's the game that Revelation wanted. Like, they don't want this momentum to start to swing the other way. Ghost now, they have a little bit of momentum. That was a big win for them. They've been here before. They're used to game 5s. We saw it last season in the RLCS, so we'll see if they can bring it back to another game 5.
That's true. Every single match that was played by Ghost in RLCS went to a game 5. So they're trying to reach back into those pockets to make that happen again. What a moment. What a important goal there from Lethamyr to keep Ghost alive. And Revelation, they got to be kicking themselves a little bit. They're probably like, oh man, we had it. But that's, you got to be careful when you're thinking that way too, because you're still up 2-1. Keep it under control and finish this off. But if you give Ghost a little bit, they can find some room to bring it back. So we got a series on our hands as the pressure is on Ghost right now as all the offense for Revelation at the moment. Ghost going to try to turn that around. Arsenal on the blue side. Arsenal trying to help out this roster of Lethamyr and Memory. Certainly a surprise coming into this tournament. A new roster from the Ghost crew. But it's up to them now to stay alive in this tournament, because they've got to win the next 2 games to move on to the next round of the upper bracket.
And to be fair, like if they lose, they are not out of it, but they are in a lower bracket filled with RLCS teams. The only one left alive in the uppers is G2. So they'll have to beat all of them, because only one team from the lower bracket will make it to Vegas. They will have to beat every single one of them 6 series in a row. So that's how important it is to stay up here, where if you do win, you're only 2 series away. 2 series away from Vegas.
And Rogue was also very close. They ended up being reverse swept in their match. So they were up 2-0, getting ready to go to the round of 4. But they were dropped. And now, once again, we're 0-0. No goals quite yet here in this game number 4. A must-win for Ghost. Absolutely. And you can already tell a little bit of tension here, as both these teams playing safe, not giving up any goals so far.
Good clear. Ooh, Alpha's got to get a tip on that. He had all the time in the world. No one came up. Could easily put it off the backboard, possibly with the redirect, but he didn't get a touch. And plays like that are the difference usually from like an RLCS player and a player that's battling for like a rival series spot. Those are the touches you need to make to have one of those scoring chances, to take that 1-0 lead and try and ride it out.
Ghost trying to keep it on the blue side, but Revelation taking it back the other way. That's ZPS. Passing it over. What a shot. Oh my gosh. Alpha, a beautiful angle towards the goal, but Lethamyr, an even better save to keep it out.
Yeah.
And we've seen so many amazing saves, honestly, today, especially in this series. Goal line saves where players are at the perfect spot. That's what you got to do.
That ball was blinking. That ball was partially over the line, but Lethamyr just calm and knew that the shot wouldn't be too hard because for Alpha, he had to go across his body, so not a very powerful shot. Lethamyr makes a big-time save.
Yeah, tough to read that, too. I don't know how he did that. So you have a car flying in front of you. You have no idea where they're putting that ball. Obviously, the back of the net, but Lethamyr picking the right spot to defend. And now we're still tied 0-0. Revelation keeping on the pressure, continuing to send those shots towards the goal. Memory with another save. Lethamyr trying to get a clear going, but it drops to Tcorell. He's trying to pop it over to the middle. ZPS also keeping it on the orange side, and the pressure continues from Revelation as Ghost continues to be on the wall here, trying to get some offense going.
Yeah, we saw ZPS there. He had great recovery, then had another 1v style play. He had one earlier on defense where his flick was very poor. He had another relatively poor flick that could have resulted in a goal. And that just shows, like, with Rocket League, like, there's so many skills you have to learn. And one of those is flicks, and it seems like ZPS maybe not there just yet on those flicks, or at least not for those 2. And we'll see if that hurts them throughout the series. But so far, like, obviously, we see Revelation playing extremely well. And it's a 0-0 game. And you don't need every trick in the book to beat a great team. You just got to use the tricks that you know.
Really good plays across the board from Revelation, getting the demos when they need it. We see the passing plays continuing to come through. Another great opportunity, and there's another shot, but Arsenal on the goal line. Ghost, they're almost like having to always have a guy in goal because they're having to make a save literally every few seconds. No exception here. Very awkward. Arsenal actually hitting it back towards this goal, but working out for now. Ghost trying to keep this team off of their side of the field, and it's not working out. Arsenal Revelation just continuing with the pressure.
We saw there with Arsenal, like, having to make a desperation save as we get the backboard pass from Tcorell to Alpha with 31 seconds left. Great pass there from ZPS to set up Tcorell while all of Ghost was sitting on the goal line, and that's when the backboard opens up. Tcorell notices it, throws it, perfect pass towards Alpha, and then it's just shoot high, and that's in. And Revelation 30 seconds away from going to the semifinal.
It's exactly what they want. 30 seconds. They can just hold on, and just like that, Memory turning it around. And sometimes that happens. I've been in so many of those games where it's 0-0 until like 20 seconds, then you score, but then the other team just scores right away. That's exactly what happens there. It takes, what, 4 minutes and 30 seconds to get the first goal in the game, but the answer comes not 5 to 10 seconds later. Ghost ties it up in a situation where they have to tie it up or they're going down to the lower bracket. So we're going to see if Revelation can finish up this series, finish up this game, or if we're going to overtime.
That was an incredible 50-50 by Lethamyr. It turned into the perfect pass. And Memory, like, the shot location wasn't necessarily there, but all he cared about was speed. To just beat out ZPS, and barely did so. And now, another overtime and another low-scoring game. And again, we see one goal could be the difference from a series ender, or we go into a game 5 that Ghost always knows and loves.
You know, this all worked out really well for Ghost with all these upsets everywhere else on the bracket. So they could, you know, if they can really step up here, it would be an easier road than it would have been.
The flip reset. Ooh, just a little bit low. Arsenal didn't get the scoop on it that he wanted to try and elevate that ball. And again, we see Revelation. They're just like, all right, go ahead and go for your flip reset. We'll sit on the goal line and just try and read the shot. And it's been working out.
Revelation keeping on the pressure. Lethamyr having to save it in midair, but Memory pushing it to the blue side. Potential opportunity, and actually flipped up to the middle. A little bit surprising that ZPS went for that. Lethamyr's there, ready to send that back the other way. Trying to find the back of the net. But just like that, Revelation coming to the orange side, trying to find an angle to the left-hand side of the goal, but just missing wide. And now another counterattack, this time from Ghost. Lethamyr trying to push to the middle, trying to find someone to pass it to, but no one's there. He has it on the wall, going to do a backflip, send it to the blue side, staying with it, trying to push it to the middle again. Here's some support from Arsenal. Trying to send it to Memory.
Big 50 there. All right.
But Revelation, the defense is locked down right now, but it looks like they're a little bit low on boost. Lethamyr with the chance, right in front of the goal, and Ghost is going to do it. I think Memory kicked Lethamyr into that ball. And Ghost does it. They tie up the series.
Wow. So I thought that 50-50 was pretty good, but it looks like no boost on Revelation as they circled back. Just a little too much goal line there. Someone had to come out and play. And it got a little awkward. Some miscommunication probably. And Lethamyr sneaks it by, and here we go again. Ghost, game number 5.
Yeah, we're going to be tied 2-2. Love it. Okay. Ghosts, they were on the ropes. They were
still
down. They were, well, they still are. I mean, but
Yep.
now
Now
Revelation is on the
joined
ropes
them.
too. Yeah. So Ghost was down 0-2, and they've been able to bring it back here. Let's see if they can finish it off. But certainly a close series. These teams are so evenly matched. I got to give it up to Memory. I think he stepped up quite a bit in that last game when he absolutely had to. Otherwise, this can go either way. Revelation. What were they? Number 12? What seed were they? Revelation. Ghost is the number 4 seed, but Revelation coming in as a low seed.
9 seed.
Number 9 seed, upsetting Splice, and now trying to keep the upsets happening in a tournament where we have, what?
12 seed.
12 seed. In a tournament where we have the number 18 and number 11 advancing on past the number 3, the number 7.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Lots of upsets across the board, so this could go either way.
And Ghost, they've been here before. They know how to win in overtimes. But then when Game 5 hits, at least for the RLCS, when they play those teams, it wasn't the greatest record last season. I think it was like 1-5. So they had 6 of their 7 games go to Game 5. And now they have Arsenal coming in, who puts this one home way after it hits the curve of the ceiling. And once again, because there's not really any backboard defense, we see Alpha in net. He gets bumped by Arsenal. And Tcorell, he misses the ball. But Arsenal, a lot of pressure on him because, again, like this is a tryout for Ghost. And if Ghost does well here, that could lock up his spot for the RLCS. And that's not even if they don't make Vegas. Like, say they come 1 game short of Vegas. Like, that might be enough for Arsenal to make it to an RLCS team. So he wants to perform. And all of Ghost obviously does too.
Yeah, just figuring out that chemistry. Hey, if you make a deep run, if you qualify for a LAN, that's great. But a lot of these teams trying to figure out what their 2019 is going to look like. And what a phenomenal play from Memory, I want to say, on that first goal. Slamming it off the ceiling and putting it in a perfect spot. And great awareness from Arsenal there to bump Alpha out of the net and secure a goal there for Ghost. Arsenal seeing Lethamyr on the side. Great awareness. Lethamyr trying to get a shot towards the goal, threatening, but knocking him a little wide. Sending it to the middle. Arsenal's there. Ghost with these opportunities. They've turned a page in the book. They are applying so much pressure. Lethamyr trying to make the triple touch happen, but not able to score. But Ghost applying so much pressure right now.
Yeah, Lethos opened those wheels and put that ball extremely soft so he could get that angle down, but just not enough. But yeah, Ghost right now is controlling everything right now. So this is really bad for Revelation. But again, Ghost has to be patient. Just keep that third man back. Don't allow that counterattack.
It looks like they're stealing boosts right there. Once again,
Yep.
Memory stealing that corner boost. It's pretty important. Trying to stay on this blue side. Keep taking the boost. Starve them. Resource management. War of attrition. That's what Ghost is trying to do right now to keep the blue, to keep Revelation under control, keep them on the blue side, and they're succeeding. The pressure has been all on the blue side, but that's a demo. That may be exactly what Revelation needs.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need, but Ghost has been hunting too. Like, they've been headhunting like on this goal line, trying to get demos, but they keep being avoided by Revelation, and looks like a wide open net. The demos come in for Revelation, very similar to the split late. They started getting a lot more demos. That's the second time they took out Memory in a row. And Revelation, they get that open net. That's what they wanted. The pressure's off a little bit, but they have to try and keep control of this ball now, like in the midfield, because they've been on defense way too much, and they know that Ghost can put this home.
Those slow counterattacks can be so brutal. You think everyone's been there. You playing on the ladder, you've been there. You think your team's going to score. You have all the pressure, and then the third man just goes up a little bit too much, and then you leave a goal behind because someone makes a spectacular save. It happens. You got to be ready for it. Don't ever think that you have your goal secured. Always play safe. And Ghost giving up a big one there. And now we have a tie game, 1-1, 2 minutes to go. This is game 5. Winner of this moves on to play G2 in the round of 4 of the upper bracket. The loser will drop down to the lower bracket. Ghost with more chances. What a shot. Memory really stepping up in the past couple games. The pressure again. Arsenal with the shot. Memory following it up. Great angle across the entire goal. And there's another bump in the goal. Ghost is playing super aware right now, knowing where everyone is on the field.
So all this pressure from Ghost is starting to finally get Revelation to do some double commits, some triple commits, because they're panicking, because they don't have boost, or because like they don't know if their teammate can actually get to the ball. And that's all you need. Force out a double commit like after 30 seconds to a minute of pressure, and then capitalize. And that's exactly what Ghost did. They're up again in the series, and Revelation has to find something here to stay alive.
This is where RLCS grit experience might come into play. Lethamyr is playing like an anchor, and Memory is along for the ride here. Another great opportunity for a goal, but a great save on the Revelation side. Lethamyr getting some great clears in as well. There's another one. Memory in the right place, and he knocks it in. Again, just superb awareness. Lethamyr with the clear. It pops over to the middle. ZPS not the greatest defensive touch. It lays right in the lap of Memory, and he's never going to miss that. And Ghost with a 3-1 advantage.
So I think ZPS was trying to hit that 2 Tcorell, but didn't realize how fast he was going back. He's hoping for maybe a doink or something to just throw off the defense of Ghost. And it didn't happen. And of course, like Alpha, like he was also creeping up. There's only a minute left. So they're trying to get that pass and play going to tie up the game. Ghost has a 2-goal lead, and it's very unlikely that they give this up because they know how to play with a lead.
Yeah, and again, I think that's where the RLCS experience comes into play. Just the amount of games and the gravity of the games you've been involved with for a player like Lethamyr especially. As smart of a guy as he is, captain of this team in the comms, I'm sure he's saying something like, all right, guys, let's play well, calm it down, we got this, just play some good Rocket League. And Ghost doing exactly what they need to do.
Yep, now it's just like all about playing passive, smart 50-50s. You only have 30 seconds left. You don't have to worry too much. And see if CPS can hit that in. That would have been great. But for Revelation, what a run they've had. Like the 12th seed, they took out Splice. They took Ghost to 5. They took them the distance. 2 overtimes, too, where they could have possibly won it. They're still alive in this tournament, but they have to do a lot more work now going into that stacked lower bracket. Hopefully we'll see them later because they've been a treat to watch.
Yeah, this will be the end of the run for Revelation in the upper bracket, but stay tuned to that lower bracket because this team, they fight. And that's got to be a little heartbreaking for them because they were up 2-0. They were about to win this series, but Ghost bringing it back. Reverse sweep from Ghost, and Ghost will advance to the next round. So What does that mean for us? We're going to take a really short break here.